So let's talk about the West first. So 7-8, Warriors, and Memphis. Who do you have?
Give me the Warriors. I think the Warriors will win this game. I think the only thing that will make the Warriors lose this game, there's two things that will make them lose. One is Ja just going off.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is kind of like that Clippers hangover. Like they come off that Clippers game, the disappointment of, we should have won.
Yeah.
We should have gone through. They had that Steph 3-pointer to put them up 4 late. And when I was watching it live, it felt like, there we go, game. Draymond missing a layup in overtime to tie the game is, what are you doing, man? You know, there was a couple of things. Draymond giving the foul to Kawhi, even though Kawhi ended up missing the game winner, you were going to get a shot. And you might have been able to contest that shot and Kawhi miss it, and then you get a shot. But instead you foul him and give them the last shot to make it go to overtime. There's a couple of things Draymond did wrong. So that unless they have that type of hangover, I do have the Warriors winning.
All right. I'm the opposite. I picked Memphis.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm okay on it as well.
Oh, my God. You've got Memphis. Okay.
I've got Memphis.
What? Was it one of the reasons I said?
Kind of, right. I've got two things. I think it all depends on Jimmy. I think Steph.
Yeah, Jimmy's a little bit banged up.
I think Steph is going to play really well.
He always does, yeah.
I think he just does. So it's going to depend on everyone else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can they step up? But also the Warriors are 0-3 to play in. They've been in the play-in every year and they've lost it every year.
I don't think that's going to play a role, though. I don't think their history in the play is going to play a role.
But I think, in the last couple of years, big-time moments, they haven't done it. So I got Memphis. I think they're built for it a little bit more. I think the matchup leans in their favor.
Okay. I think it'll be a good game.
I think it's going to be a great.
I think it'll be a very good game. A lot of animosity between the two teams.
Yeah, I think
they hate each other.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. But I got Memphis. I think they're just all around a little bit better, and the Warriors just don't have a good playing record.
I just think the Warriors will get it done. I think they'll win. It'll be one of those ones where, like, I think the Warriors will just do it. You know what I mean? In watching it, you'll just be like, oh yeah, Warriors just took care.
Yeah,
they just took care of business. I think it'll be one of those games. I think the Memphis will try and make it a bully game. And if Warriors do not fall in the trap, they win. If they do fall in the trap, they might lose.
That's like
if they let Memphis. That's what I'm saying. If they let Memphis get them into the way Memphis want to play, you will probably be right.
But I think they will, because I think Draymond will.
Yeah, but Warriors have learned how to just like let Draymond do its thing and not give a shit. Like Steph doesn't. You don't really see Steph get into it, no matter what Draymond does, because Draymond will do it on a random Tuesday.
Yeah,
and so you've got a few of the players on the Warriors that are just like immune to it now. They're like, Draymond will do that the 5th game of the season against the Hornets.
Yeah, but if Draymond marks up this game,
it could have implications. Yeah. All right, we go across to the East.
The East, we go off Orlando at 7, Atlanta at 8.
Honestly, I don't really care who wins. They're both going to lose in the first round anyway, but I had them both going through in the end. I have Orlando.
Yeah, I've got Orlando.
I have Orlando winning, and then I think the Hawks will win the next game, no matter what. I think they'll end up playing the Bulls and win.
Okay.
That's what I think will happen in the East. So it'll be a Magic, Celtics, Hawks, Caps. That's what I think will happen.
Okay.
And then I think...
So I got Orlando as well. I think they're too big.
Yeah.
They're just...
I think Paolo will go quite well. I think he'll have a good game.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an easy win for the Magic. And then I think the Hawks will beat the Bulls. And then we going back to the West.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Mavs, Kings tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a very good game.
I
think they're quite evenly matched.
I'll be honest. I think Dallas wins that one. I think the only reason that low in the first place is because of how many injuries they were dealing with right after the Luka trade. Like there were some games where they were playing 8 players and 3 of them were guys that they had to call up from their 2-win team.
Yeah, that's true. They had a big lull because of the AD injury and all of their guys got injured.
They had no center for like 2 months, right?
Yeah, they had so many injuries.
So they've kind of got everyone back now. All the main.
I think there was a better team.
So definitely give you Dallas. I think if it wasn't for the injuries, they would be in that 7-8 game. I don't think they would be top 6, but I think they'd be in the 7. Yeah, I don't think they'd be in the 10 seed.
Yeah, I agree. Moving to the playoffs, okay?
Well, the play, we still got Bulls Miami.
I already said who I have winning that game.
Oh, I got Chicago.
That's what I said. I said the Bulls will win that and the Hawks will beat the Bulls.
Well, I got Chicago over the Hawks.
Really? So you reckon the Bulls will go in? Okay.
I mean, everyone's playing really well. They finished the season off really strong.
I could see it. I just have the
Legs on your room.
getting through. I do. I've seen they're a better team. Yeah. Okay, moving to the playoffs. We're just going to say this. We're not going to talk about the Cavs, the Celtics matchups, because I think they're both 4-game series.
Yep.
I think I'll almost be surprised if they're 5-game series. Like, I think Magic, Hawks, or Bulls will all just get swept. I could just see that happening.
Yep.
Just to start off.
Yep.
But I'm going to ask you who you have winning each series, in how many, and why. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to start in the East because I've already talked about those other 2 series that we're not really needing to talk about.
Well, do we want to just do the 4-5 matchups for now and the 3-6? Because 1-8 and 2-7 as a
Yeah,
so
we can. I still have my 1-8,
like I'm
2-7s.
I know for the East, I think the Cavs and the Celtics win regardless, but I think the Houston game especially could.
I have that being. I just want to talk about one of them.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyway, Knicks Pistons.
Pistons in 5 or 6.
Oof.
Detroit, baby.
Really?
Yep.
No.
I know that since we've started this podcast,
You have been glazing.
I've been a massive Pistons glaze.
You have been absolutely glazing Pistons.
I think, the Knicks, they're not really healthy.
Oh.
Brunson's just coming back off of an injury, and he hasn't looked great. And he's so much of their offense, especially in the playoffs. I think even guys like Cat, as good as he's been this year, he's kind of slowed it down over the last couple of weeks. OG been playing really well, but I mean, how much do you count on him in the playoff series to be like one of your main guys? I think Detroit, they just had a really good year. I think they're all really feeling it. And I reckon they're going to come out gunslinging, whereas I think the Knicks are kind of a little bit drained.
I think the Knicks in 6. I think the Knicks have been in the East the best team when they're not playing the Celtics or Cavs. Like, their record against everybody else is great.
They're wrestled against above 500 teams in general, so winning teams.
Yeah, it isn't amazing.
Garbage.
But I think the Knicks will pull this one. They'll win this one, and then they'll lose the next round after. I think they win in 6.
What was their season series?
With the Pistons?
Yeah.
Can't lie, I haven't really looked at them too much.
That's all right. But I know that the Pistons won earlier this week, I think.
I think Jalen Brunson will remind everyone who he is in this series. If I'm honest.
So
I think he will remind everybody who he is.
I don't really see that though, because
I reckon he'll come out and just... Even though...
So the Pistons won all 3 matchups.
Pistons aren't exactly healthy either.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Cade Cunningham's on a day-to-day. I didn't even know this, by the way. I just saw it right now.
No, that's just because he didn't play last game of the season.
Yeah, no. Just day-to-day. Same as Isaiah Stewart. And then Jaden Ivey's just out.
Yeah, he's been out since October. But
I don't know how serious those would be, but in saying that, you got Brunson, you got Josh Hart, you got OG, you got Cat all day-to-day. I think it'll be a good series between 2. I think it's going to be like that Knicks-Hawks series. In like the animosity type of thing. Because I think Pistons will really get under the Knicks' skin a bit.
Yeah.
But I still have Jalen Brunson being the best player in the series. I think he's going to remind everyone who he is. So I got Knicks in 6.
Yeah, I think he's going to have an absolute flop of this series.
I think it all rides on Jalen Brunson.
I don't.
Either way.
Like, ever since he's come back from his injury, he has not looked good.
I just think he's going to remind everyone. All right, moving on. Pacers Bucks.
I got Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Giannis masterclass.
I think so. I think
Bucks in 7.
I think the Bucks are going to go a lot further in the playoffs than what everyone thinks. I think Giannis has been on a tear.
He's been absolute animal. He's an animal lately.
I've got Bucks in 5, to be honest. I reckon
So I said Bucks in 7.
he's going to come out here slow.
I think I gave the Pacers 3 games because I think as an all-round team, they've been very good. And without Dame, I know the offense has been looking better from the Bucks because Giannis have been amazing.
Yeah.
But I think I'm giving the Pacers at least 2 games that they'll claim.
Yeah.
Just because of their team.
I mean, I could see it. Like, I'm not going to argue.
Like, it'll be 6 or 7, but I'll have Bucks in 7. I still have the Bucks winning.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, same reason as well. All right, into the West.
So,
Lakers, Timberwolves.
Lakers.
Yep, how many?
6, I reckon.
Lakers in 6 is what I got written down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much to talk about. I think it's a better team.
Yeah, that's it, really.
I think it's just their better team.
Kind of feel bad for Rudy Gobert, though. You know, constantly getting matched up with Luka.
Yeah, I know.
Every playoff series.
Just getting,
There's fights of who getting cooked every year.
and I feel bad for him a little bit. Moving on, Nuggets, Clippers.
Home Clippers in 6.
I have Clippers in 6 or 7.
They've also been on an absolute tear.
I think
they have been healthy.
Jokic will earn you 2 to 3 games, but I still have the Clippers winning. I think the Clippers are just a better team.
They've been playing really well.
Zubac has been playing really well, which is big because he's the one who's going to have to defend Jokic.
On the other end, I don't think Jokic can really guard anything, but I think he's going to struggle against Zubac.
Well, yeah, like that was, I think it's really big that their center is playing really good. Because if it was like, oh, well, Harden's been amazing, which he has, and the Kawhi's been amazing, which he has, but they're the only 2 things, I'd be a little bit worried. So I'm like, well, the guy we got to worry about is a big man. So the fact that their big man is playing well is really good to see for the Clippers.
Yeah.
I think the Clippers would go quite deep in the playoffs. I could see them knocking off your Thunder, almost.
No.
I could see it happen.
I wouldn't go that far.
Like, I'm not going to pick them in the series. I'm not going to pick them as the winner. But I could see them really giving them a run for their money. Like, it'll be a real tough series.
I think it'd be a good series, but
I would see them, like, I would pick the Thunder. But I think it's going to be very close. Like, I think it'll be a run for your money. And I could see, like, Kawhi just cooking. If he's not injured.
if that ends up being the matchup, I'd say OKC in 5, but it's 5 very close games.
So I like that Boston sweep of the Nets.
Yeah.
Where they're like all of them.
I don't see there being a blowout either way. I think every game is within 5-10 points.
I just think it'll be like, you guys will get a run for your money. But it will really test whether you guys are championship medal.
Yeah.
So this is the one I want to talk about. We want to talk about the Thunder versus the 8th seed because if we don't know who it is,
Could be anyone.
could be anyone. I think versus the Warriors will be a good series. Versus the Grizzlies, I'll have you guys in 4 or 5. Versus the Mavs, 4 or 5. I think only the Warriors will take you more than that. You still beat them though. I want to talk about the Rockets series because I think this is interesting. Do you think everyone's counting out the Rockets wrongly? Or do you think that the Rockets, everyone's kind of just been looking at them and saying, no, it's just not their year? Like, how do you think, like, because everyone I see is counting the Rockets as an easy.
I've seen
You
that.
know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, oh, if the Grizzlies play, Grizzlies will go to the second round.
I know.
The Warriors plays, the Warriors will go to the second round. I'm like, they are the 2 seed.
I don't think it's as easy. I think they're getting the same treatment that OKC got last year, that they're too young, they're inexperienced. But while their bets might not be great, Steven Adams
They still have bet.
is an excellent player.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks, as much as I hate him,
Yeah. He's very good.
he's playoff proven, right?
Mm.
Fred VanVleet is a champion, right? Jalen Green has had a great year.
What I bet saying is that
Jalen Green.
their big 3 is just not playoff proven. That's the problem. And they don't have a specific scorer. And they don't have a guy that you're like, turn it up, give it a Jar. Turn it up, give it a Steph.
But they-
Give it a Luka, LeBron. You know what I mean? That's what I keep saying. This is what everyone keeps saying.
But they haven't had that all year, and
Yeah.
that's not the way that their team is built.
I think they're getting a bit counted out. I think if they play the Grizzlies, they smash it.
I don't think they smash it.
I think they'll beat them in 6. I think they'll come out, and I think the Rockets are looking at this and going, hold on, we're the 2 seed. Why is everyone saying we're the easy series? I would love to see a Warriors-Rockets series. I think it'll be a very close series.
See, I think Memphis Rockets would be closer than Warriors Rockets.
What you reckon? Rockets would smash the Warriors?
Yeah.
No,
I'd pick Rockets in 5 or 6.
no, see, I have the Warriors in.
See either going 7.
I could see the Warriors in 6 versus the Rockets. I could see like it'll be a Draymond Dylan Brooks fiasco at least once or twice. And I think Steph will take control of the series, and then they'll go against the Lakers and lose. That's what I think will happen to the Warriors.
If it ends up being the matchup, I don't think the Warriors have enough options for their defense. Like Houston's defense is amazing. And I just think the Warriors don't have enough options. Like, yeah, Steph might play well, but I don't think he's going to play efficiently. I think he might have 25, but it might be on 20 shots. So who else is going to score?
I reckon Warriors. Well, I mean, it'll be interesting where the playoff Jimmy comes out.
So I didn't play after you might be calling.
I don't think it will happen either. But that's what I'm saying. It'll be interesting because I said the same thing 2 years ago and he ended up smashing my Celtics.
Yeah.
So it's fine. But yeah, I think that'll be a really interesting series, the Rockets one, because I think everyone's counting them out and they're better than people think.
They're 100% better than people think.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon if it ends up being Memphis, I could see it going 7. I don't know which way it would go. I could see it on either. But with the Warriors, kind of like, with what I just said, I could see Houston winning in 5 or 6.
Yeah. I don't know about the 5 or 6 against the Warriors. I think Warriors win that series.